So we're back with the words. I took a little bit of time to explain one of the most important words in English, how, and it applies also to what, to when, to where. These are very important words and they have several functions in the language. So I'm going to share my screen. There's the famous how. We're going to move on from there. And we're going to use the word hurt. Hurt is an important, it's an important noun, verb. It's an but I mean it's important. Okay. And it's a verb and it's irregular. So I hurt my hand. I always hurt my hand. Yesterday, I hurt my hand. Same form. It's like well, no, because it's can, could. No. There are other verbs that the present form and the past preterite or simple past form is the same. So I hurt my hand. I always hurt my hand. Yesterday, I hurt my hand. Past form, I have hurt my hand. Never ed. Never I hurted my hand or I have hurted my hand. That would be so wrong, so wrong, so wrong. Like I said, in the formal or academic version of the English language. Okay. There are different versions of a language. So in the formal or the academic version, where you're in school or you're in front of an audience, depending on the audience, okay, it all depends on the audience, how you would say it. Remember, I have this in alphabetical order. I do not have it in the order of use. There are cards that I sell. They are called sight words. And that a lot of time is in the order of use, but this is in the order of, alphabetical order. I, subject pronoun, first person, always. But did I say always? I mean always. I mean never, ever, ever, never, ever in lowercase, but always, always, always in uppercase. Never, no circumstances in lowercase. If, very important, it's the beginning. There's 3 if clauses. If I speak Spanish, I will live in if it rains, I will, let me see. If it rains, I will take my umbrella. If I had $1,000, I would go on vacation. If I had eaten breakfast, but I didn't. But if I had eaten breakfast, I would have gone to school. These are the if clauses. They're abstract. In Spanish, the last 2 are difficult because they're in a subjunctive mood. Where in English, the mood is a subjunctive, but the words don't tell you that. So I don't know which is harder. When you have to figure it out and say, well, that's not the past, because the past is about something that did happen. This is using the past form, but about something that didn't happen, but you are supposing if it had happened, but it didn't happen. So in Spanish, you have to memorize a whole set of new words, especially irregular verbs. In English, no. But in English, you have to understand the context enough to know that it's not the past tense. It's using the past tense form. It's using the past perfect form, and the conditional perfect form, but it's not, because none of this stuff happened. Okay. In can be a preposition, which has a lot of meanings, like you are in the car, but you are on the bus. And that doesn't mean, but if you say you are on the car, that means you're on top of the car, you're not inside. And you don't say you're in the bus, you say you're on the bus. But it doesn't mean you're on top of the bus. It can get, prepositions, I think, are the hardest things to translate. They don't translate very well. They are some of the hardest things to translate. Is, first place, the S is pronounced like a Z. This is this is he, is I am, you, we, they are, he, she, it is. This is for the verb to be. That's a conjugation of the verb to be in the simple present tense or in the present indicative. It, that's he, she, it. If it's not a human, this is grammar. If it's not a human being, then it's it. So when people talk about their dogs being he and she, grammatically speaking, at least in old-fashioned grammar, it's incorrect. You're supposed to say it. If it's not a human being, it is it. But I don't have a dog, but I never call the dog it, as if it's an it. Because, and this is when I deviate from the standard, and a lot of people do. You don't call people dogs it. People would be very insulted, very, very insulted if you call their dog it. Although grammarly speaking correctly in standard English is it. But I would never do that. This is when I deviate and I say, I know what's grammar, I know what's correct, but I'm not going to do it. I call someone's dog, oh, that's a cute little baby. Is it a he or a she? I'm supposed to just say, well, it is cute. People will be very, very insulted. It's, now this it's is not the it's in which you say it is, right? It's the it that is possession, but there is no apostrophe S, which is weird, right? So it's hand, the hand of the thing, right? Or it's whatever, problem. But it is not it is. It is IT apostrophe S. Although the apostrophe in other cases in English is not just used for contraction, it's also used for possession. That's when English gets weird. I used to put it's with the apostrophe and it was wrong. Wrong. Just has a lot of meanings. Excuse me. It would take as long as how. Kind. So he is a kind person, adjective. He is not your kind. He is not your type. No, important, now, verb, important, verb. I keep saying noun, important verb. I'm gonna give you the 3 forms: know, knew, known. All 3 forms, KN, KN, KN. Knew, know is a homophone for NO, no. I've even seen GNO. No, I've seen it. I haven't gone to investigate what it means. Then new is KN, F-K-N-E-W, but there's the homophone N-E-W. Remember E-W from the pronunciation cards. E-W is pronounced like U, the long U. Laugh, the G-H is pronounced like an F, like tough, rough, cough. These are old words in the English language when the GH had the f sound. These are old Germanic languages, old Germanic words, or at least forms of it, okay? Let, very important verb, very, very important. I always let the dog out. Yesterday, I let the dog out. I have let the dog out. All three forms are the same form. Let, let, let. The context tells you whether it is the present, whether it's the past, whether it's the past participle. The context tells you. Like, a lot of different meanings. It's a noun, no, it's an adjective, it's an adverb, and it is a verb. I like you. Little kids say that all the time. Okay. Little, the opposite of big. You have little, you have small. You have tiny is smaller than little. This can either be live, L-I-V-E, the I long, or it can be live, where the I is short. I don't know because there's not a context, so I give you both. Live and live because this is a homograph. I'm gonna do two more, and then we're gonna do part 5, I think it will be 5, part 5. Old, and we're all gonna get old. We all think we're young and we're gonna be young forever and we're gonna be the exception, but there hasn't been an exception. Some of us take care of ourselves more than others. So when we are old, we don't look like we're about to fall dead, drop dead at any moment. But even though that's the way it looks, you can still drop dead at any moment. You can be 5 years old and drop dead at any moment. So old, which is the opposite of young, and look, oh, that's out of order. Look, to look. When you look at something, you're focusing your eyes on something. It's different than to see something. So I'm going to stop here and continue in the next video, because otherwise it's going to be too long. So this is Coralla Fickler McLean at welcome, WYLCONE.com. This is going to be long. This is going to be a couple because I'm talking about 200 words. Okay, and stop sharing. And I want to say thank you for coming to my website. Thank you for coming to my video. Please share. These videos are being made for more than anything. What I have in mind when I make the video are ESL teachers, not so much students, but teachers. But students are welcome. Okay. Thank you and have a great day.